What's going on, everybody? It's Childish. We're back at it again with yet another video for Might and Magic Elemental Guardians. Today I wanted to take a quick second to get you guys all caught up with what we've been doing. There's been a lot of cool events that have been offered for everybody, and this time around, before we get into those events, I want to just kind of talk about where I'm currently at so you guys can get an idea of what I've been doing in the past couple of weeks here. In the last 24 to 48 hours has been pretty crazy. I've been grinding it out when it comes to my fodder in order to get some of my units at the 5-star mark, just so I can improve the base stats of my unit. I really feel comfortable where my team is right now. Again, this is the same team that you guys saw when I was autoing Wrath 9, and as you can see, we're able to sustain and get past the amount of DPS that this boss is bringing in order to get ourselves an auto 10 clear. Now, obviously, it's kind of a little sketchy, right, because of the fact that I'm running a unit that has the elemental disadvantage here, the Vire Goblin Shaman. But again, because of the fact that I've been improving his glyphs over time and also got him to 5-star to improve his overall stats, base stats has definitely been able to help me out. The synergy of my team is obviously something that's kind of carried me along the way, but just the improvement of the glyph quality, the skill ups, everything that's just kind of coming into play in order to make this run quite a bit more consistent. Right now, I would say that this is about a 95% efficiency right now. 1 out of every 20 I'm possibly losing, but again, I have to really derp when it comes to my skills because of the fact that I've been working on my cooldowns, improving my skill cooldowns by getting those skill ups in. So I don't have that much of a downtime in between my defense mitigation or my shelter skill, but everything is working right now. We're going to go ahead in this video, just kind of take a look at where my units are at glyph wise, and then I wanted to just talk about what I've been currently doing with my glyphs, and hopefully some of the tips that I'm going to be bringing to you might be able to help you out, and then I'll go ahead and talk about what I've been doing to like level up my units really quickly. Okay, so it looks like we got the kill right there. The runs are right about 5 to 5:15. So 5:15, obviously it's pretty slow. The auto Wrath 9, I think it was anywhere from like, I think it was about 3 minutes and 45 seconds or 4 minutes. But considering the fact that we just have a little bit better chance of going for, those purple glyphs, which is obviously one we want, I'm definitely down for the Wrath 10 as long as it's a pretty consistent run. Now that we're doing the Wrath 10 autoing, we're obviously getting a lot more glyphs that we're going to have to micromanage. So, one of the things that I wanted to talk about is, how I've been going about managing my glyphs. Like early on in the game, some of the things that we talked about from the early to mid-game kind of stuff when it comes to glyphs is, obviously you're going to be working into the floating islands, you're getting those vitality sets, and then as you progress through the content, you clear as far as you can, get an opportunity to get some of those haste and precision sets, and then of course once you hit that stalling point, you work your way back to the floating islands to get those, blue and green vitality sets, and of course use those to kind of catapult you back through the regular content so that you can get yourself some blue and green sets of blue and green glyphs of the sets that you actually want. And then of course, getting back into the Rift, even though we can clear, we can work our way up into Wrath 6 and Wrath 7 and Wrath 8. For me personally, at that point in time of the game, any blue or green, any green glyph that I was getting, generally I was keeping it. But now that I'm consistently clearing, stage 8, 9, and 10 respectively, I've been realizing that we're getting a ton of glyphs, so I've been having to manage them a lot better. So I think if I saw in a previous video, you probably saw like I was sitting there with like 150 haste, 150 precision, between using instant tickets in the Sunken City and the World Tree Mountain, as well as trying to get what I can in the Wrath 10. We've been getting a lot of opportunities, a lot of glyphs that we have to kind of micromanage. So one of the things that I've been doing as of late, and I don't think, this is probably a good place to show it, is when I'm taking a look at my glyphs, right, obviously we're looking for the right primary stat to go along with that set. But now, because of the fact that we're able to clear the higher end parts of the Wrath, one of the things you guys are going to see is that you're getting all the sets and the stats that you want, but you're also getting a lot of glyphs that have a lot of those subsets, substats that you're looking for. So what I've been doing basically when I'm clearing out my glyphs, when I'm getting quite a bit, if I go here to selling the glyphs, I'm going to go here, I'll go to precision, and I'll literally click through, I'll go to quick select, click through here. And if I'm looking to just kind of clean out my inventory, I'll get rid of all the ones that don't give me any secondary stats. I'll take a look at it, see what we got going on. Of course, I'll take a look at it, with the speed and everything. I have to be a little bit more cautious to that. But when it comes to my other ones here, I have a lot of copies. I have a lot of copies of these flat HPs and the percentage base HP. So, but the ones that I have that they're not seeing selected all have a little bit more effective HP. I mean, the defense percentage or defense flat or whatnot. So those are the ones that I want to keep at it because of the fact that they are the ones that I'm looking at. Those are the stats that I'm looking for in those substats on those glyphs. So I'm going to get rid of all these and just use the money that I get, obviously, to improve it. When I go back into here, like you can see, some of these are 10, some of these are 7. Some of the other glyph sets that I have, I got a lot of like 10 7s. I got a lot of 4s as well. What am I basically doing? What I'm doing is I'm taking these glyphs that are at level 1, looking for that one glyph that has like the perfect substats that I'm looking for on that unit. And then I'm going to go ahead and roll it out. So here's a great example of what I want to showcase. So this one here is literally a perfect glyph for the Air Basilisk. And if you guys don't know what the Air Basilisk is, it's an amazing unit for just crowd controlling any boss that you have to take on. He's really, really good in TOT, and something like this is going to be extremely beneficial. His passive provides a chance to reduce the attack bar or steal the attack bar of the opponent by about 70%, and then also put on a poison effect if you critically hit. So considering the fact that you still need accuracy to keep it aligned, we're looking to bring a high amount of critical rate on him, and we're also looking to keep your accuracy high. So considering that we need to have that accuracy, but we don't want to run an accuracy we don't want an accuracy like teardrop glyph. We don't want that because we want to have a little bit more effective HP. This is the perfect glyph for him in that square slot. So it's glyphs like this that I'm going to be paying attention to. And even if it didn't have the stats, these these particular stats here, I would generally roll it out to +4 or +7 just to see if I happen to get the substats that I'm looking for. It obviously is going to cost a little bit more money because of the fact that I'm trying to level up a little bit here and there. But again, we're getting to the point, if you guys are kind of where I'm at right now in the game, we're getting to the point where we could be a little bit more selective with the glyphs and the glyph quality that we use on our units. It's extremely imperative, especially for the fact that those purple glyphs don't come all too often, that you can get as much value as you can from every single glyph that you use. Obviously, the goal is to find glyphs like this where you already have 3 out of the 4 substats that you're looking for on that specific glyph. But at the very least, if you don't have something that has the perfect stats you want, roll it out, especially if it's like a yellow glyph or whatnot, roll it out to +4. If it's good, roll it out to +7 and roll with it. Because at the end of the day, all those substats add up just a little bit. And regardless if it's flat or percentage based, whatever the case may be, if it improves effective HP or if it improves the effectiveness of your utility that you're bringing, again, we're a very support heavy meta right now when it comes to early game, then I will gladly take that all. So I would definitely roll this out to +4, and if it gave me critical rate or more accuracy, then I would roll it out. Defense flat, I would still take that because it's going to improve the effective HP. If it rolled resistance, I probably wouldn't keep it. I probably would go for something else because I know that I have extra ones that I'm looking at. So that's pretty much it for the glyphs, guys. Again, early part of the game, just take advantage of whatever glyphs you have, get those sets on, and then of course progress to the game. And as you get those green glyphs, micromanage them to just make, get the most value out of them. But once you're starting to push into the second half of the Rat Dungeon, you can be a little bit more specific and don't feel like you're, wasting, too much money just like leveling up just a little bit here and there. Because honestly, the more glyphs that you can get with the stats that you're looking for to improve those specific core units, the units that you use for multiple aspects of the game, it just makes it that much more enjoyable. So again, now here's a funny thing to talk about since we're talking about the effective like HP and just getting the stats you want. A lot of people have been asking me about my succubus, how I have it built or whatnot, and there's really not like a bad stat when it comes to this one here, but you can kind of take a look at, despite this one being a critical rate, I needed the critical rate to make it work. The majority of these ones, all the substats are going to have speed, they're going to have critical rate, they're going to have attack percentage, they're going to have flat attack. I mean, all of them have a decent amount of offensive stats to improve the overall damage, making sure that I am able to one-shot the unit or be able to take out the unit so I can get some additional turns. turns, or it just has an absurd amount of speed substats on them, so that I can go ahead and keep my speed alive here, or keep my keep my turns coming. In the next video that we're going to be dropping, we're going to be talking about a different type of way that you can farm that is 100% efficient. You're losing no XP, and hopefully that'll be able to assist you. So again, guys, that's pretty much it for this video. I just wanted to kind of get you guys all caught up on where we're at. TOT, the last stage that I got to before the reset was like 5960 or so. I haven't pushed as of late because I'm just working on leveling up units. And when it comes to the regular dungeons, like the benefit and the strength, we dipped into them a little bit, but we're not really pushing on them for the simple fact that I want to improve my glyph quality for my main 4 units there: the Earth Felicore, the Water Arcane Bird, the Air Unicorn, and the Winter Druid. Of course, the Fire Goblin Shaman, but the main 4 PvE ones, I really want to improve those glyphs overall. So, as always, if you guys have any questions about any of my units or whatnot, or any of the builds, why I do the things that I do, please feel free to put it in the comment section down below. And as always, guys, don't forget, regardless of what I show you or anybody else shows you, there's a ton of ways to accomplish your goals. I just want to provide you a little bit of background on my experience and what I've been doing, so that if you guys are looking for some different ideas in order to kind of tackle your goals, you can go ahead and use my words to assist you, okay? So that's going to be it, guys. Thank you all so much for tuning in. It's your boy Childish, or ChildishPlays, checking out. Take care, and we will see you all in the next video. I'm out.